YouTube, it's Nayam Nappy, and I'm back because you guys requested that I show you how to dye your hair black. So this will dye your grays black, this will dye your brownish tinted hair black, and it's a two-step process. You want to use your henna, and you need two things, and it's a two-step process. Now I'm going to be using the henna bar collection, but you guys, if y'all don't have a henna bar collection, if you have some henna at home, I will link up here and down below the recipe to mix to make your henna. This is already pre-mixed, so I'm going to go ahead and shampoo my hair and apply it to my hair. So if you're not using a pre-mixed henna, I want you to know that you need to let the dye release for about 8 hours before applying it to your hair. And you're going to apply it to your hair and leave this on for 4 hours. Now, if you guys are just using indigo on its own, I'm letting you know it could turn your hair a greenish or bluish tint, and your gray hairs would not have any color at all. So you must apply the henna first before you do the indigo. Now, henna has strengthening properties as the lawsome dye binds to your hair strand and coats it, providing a thicker layer on top of it. So you'll get some strength and some conditioning properties with your henna mix. So go ahead and apply this to each quadrant of your hair and wrap it up and let it sit on for about 4 hours. Unlike henna, indigo only needs 15 minutes to have the dye released. So only start the indigo process after all the henna is rinsed out your hair and your hair is dry. I would say about damp to dry is the best way to start mixing it. So if you have any resistant strands, like gray strands that you know that are really resistant to dye uptake, or your hair is just really resistant to dye uptake, I definitely recommend adding 1 teaspoon of sea salt for every 50 grams of indigo. So I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of sea salt for my 100 grams of indigo. Now you guys wanna make sure you buy your indigo from a reputable source because a lot of indigo contains PPD, which can really irritate your scalp. Now I'm gonna use the salt into my water and go ahead and stir that. And I'm using warm water for this mixture, and I'm gonna stir it until it becomes a mixture of cake batter. Next, you want to set to the side and let that dye release for about 10 to 15 minutes. You'll know it's released as the indigo will become a very dark blue, rich color. It's really kind of pretty. So now you want to make sure before you apply this, you guys, make sure you put on some gloves. Make sure you put some towels down because indigo will stain any surface that it touches. Now, if you want to put some Vaseline around your edges so it doesn't splash, you can go ahead and do that as well. But I'm not going to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to apply it as I normally would, but I will be wearing gloves because I do not want blue hands. So you guys, let me tell you about some of the properties of indigo. Indigo can help prevent premature graying. It can lead to new hair growth and treat baldness. It can prevent scalp infections and soothe the scalp, especially treat issues such as dandruff, and it conditions the hair. So it can also help you to smooth the tangles in your hair. As you notice when I'm applying it, it has like a smoothing effect on my hair. I really actually enjoy the application of indigo. It's a smoother application to me than applying henna to my hair. You want to really make sure you're focusing this, making sure your strands are saturated with this, squeezing it through your hair strands to make sure everything is evenly coated. You're going to leave the indigo in your hair for about 3 to 4 hours for the best and optimal dye release. After that time, you can go ahead and co-wash the indigo out of your hair. You do not want to start shampooing and deep conditioning your hair right now, because you really want the dye to set and release over the next couple of days, and then you can go about your normal shampoo and conditioning process. So I'm loving my color. I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize my hair. I also insert some pictures as the days go by, as the dye releases and sets in. You'll really be able to see the color of my hair. But that's it for this tutorial, you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.